Well, that was embarrassing. I tried to start a stream, and I'm sorry I don't have the sound effect for a scratchy record. I try to start a stream after being gone for God only knows how long, and what I get? A crash right before I try and start the game. All loaded up and ready to go, and a crash. That's how we start. My apologies, folks. Let me get this sideways train wreck back on track here. Right. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Scubulus, and it's good to be with you. This is Elite Dangerous. I will be your pilot in charge, and you're listening to Mark Petrie Radio, an appropriate venue for what we are about to do. So let me get you out of this title screen and into the game. Give me just 1 second here. Let's hope it stays loaded this time. Looks like everything is behaving. Right. In we go. And just do a few quick checkaroos here once we get the stream going. Snaz doesn't need to be running anymore. Right, let's see. Got some memory usage here. GPU 0 is going, I'm sorry, GPU 1 is going nuts. That's the one doing the encoding and the rendering, but I'm seeing some rendering lag. Don't know why that is. I guess it's gonna have to be what it's gonna be. Hey, if I suck, just tell me how bad I suck and I'll take it into hard. Graphics card does still need an update. Alright, let's rock and roll, guys. This is the community goal system. We are at Fozzard Port in the Upanicklis system. This is where the community goal is taking place. And I have been get this thing adjusted. I've been fortunate enough to be able to run some of the community goal stuff with a friend of mine earlier this week. That would be Jim. And brought my Type 10 out here along with the Vulture. I call this the Hegta. That's Klingon, and roughly translated it means everlasting death. Fresh out of engineering, this ship's ready for prime time. It's got 2 large, efficient beam lasers with thermal vent. Because the ship runs hot, it has the same effect as using a heatsink. It has reactive armor, bi-weave shields, shield boosters. What else do I have on this thing? I forgot what I put on this. 2 shield boosters, planetary vehicle hangar for those surface missions, those pesky scan and retrieve the data missions. This is not a good spot for this microphone, is it? Yeah, I gotta reposition that, but that'll have to come later. Alright. And that is about it. This is, it's got a kill warrant scanner on it, of course. That's gonna help us out with the bounty vouchers. It is set up for maximum fast scan. Has a little puny snow pea for a fuel bladder. Fuel scoop to match. Sensors set for long range and lightweight. We have a heatsink launcher and your traditional sensor suite. Oh yes, and a couple of, is that what I have on there? 2 module reinforcement packages and 1 hull reinforcement package. Now I ran this last night, and I've got to say, it did really well. Minor hull damage is all I suffered. I think it might have cost me 10,000 to fix this up. Maybe. Where's my stats? So, we're in good shape to do some combat, and that is what we're going to set off to do right now. With us, as always, who better? Crewman Legion.
I am here.
Say hello to the stream.
I am a warrior and an expert tactician. I am feared by all. Feared, just like Gordon Ramsay is. Even more than that.
Well, let's go beat some enemies over the head with a frying pan, shall we? I turned it back up. Good. Okay. Alright, guys. Let's get into it. Bunch of clicking and management stuff needs to be done. Clear all moorings and prepare for departure.
Initiating.
I don't know if Jim's going to be joining us tonight. He is in Discord, but he's sitting idle. Don't know if he'll be with us.
Engines online.
That remains to be seen.
Stand by for launch.
Clear the pad.
Pressurizing.
Listen to those thrusters.
Handing you the con.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Clear the area and engage Super Cruise.
Super Cruise drive engaging.
I gotta say, I had these thrusters at Legacy Grade 5. I re-engineered them. Oh my god, what a difference. It puts this ship just over 500 meters per second. It's almost as fast as a Clipper.
Listening post detected.
What was going on with that Super Cruise transition, but let's get ourselves into some trouble. Closest conflict zone. Closest res site is around Eubeniculus A1. It's nice to fly something that doesn't handle like a building for a change. And I do wonder what the VOD's gonna come out looking like. Like Suki's online. Suki and Gladius are playing. They're doing Star Trek Online. Okay. Now, the vulture's an interesting animal because it really is a pile of hot garbage until you engineer it. And it's unique in this way. The thrusters are bigger than the power plant, and the weapons basically take everything you've got. So you're either managing power like a madman, turning off modules, or you engineer the power plant, take a chance, and get yourself some output, add some heat to your mix, and compensate for it as best you can. That's what I did. This ship was mean before. It's even meaner now. I'm quite happy with this. I'd ride this thing into battle, into a war. I would flip a system with this ship all by itself. Hell, I may even PvP with it. Who knows? Not tonight, but sometime. I'd probably lose miserably, but hey, at $1.5 million, it's kind of a cheap rebuy. And that's about what this thing's worth. Now, to the insurance company, that is. Red alert.
Red alert.
Alright, so he should automatically deploy the weapons and execute attack protocol Alpha once we drop. Stand by to disengage.
Waiting.
Now.
Supercruise drive disengaging. Attack protocol Alpha.
Goes the power.
Deploying armaments.
Oh, for crying out loud, the game is just frozen on me. Wow, this is really embarrassing. Really embarrassing. That was not supposed to happen. And it doesn't usually happen. Get back in there right quick, folks. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can't get this to stabilize. Been running great for a little while now. I don't know if this is a wise idea during a stream, but let me just tweak something real quick and take a little bit of a load off of things. For stability's sake. Cut those back. One more second, guys. I'm sorry about this. Drop my CPU clock about 50 megahertz and see what happens. I'm sort of running it on what could be considered the bleeding edge of Oblivion. Let's try this again. Alright. Red alert.
Red alert. Attack protocol Alpha. Deploying armaments.
Okay, we got a player in the system. No, I'm not going to be attacking him. Psycho Toddler. Oh, you guys with your names. Alright, so I don't want to take any of his kills, so I want to stay over that way. That's a Type 6, he's going to be mining. And it looks like he wants to play. Good evening.
Can you hear me okay?
I sure can. Be advised, you're on stream. Are you good with that?
Not a problem.
Excellent. Good to be with you.
I think I will turn off my voice attack.
So I would take it that your game is not set up as push to talk then.
I just have the same button for voice attack.
Ah, understood. You have voice attack set up as push to talk.
Scan detected.
Okay, Psycho, we got a target?
Scan detected.
It's a good guy.
Say again?
This guy's clean.
Okay.
Scan detected.
Well, I got a couple of pirates talking smack to me. We got Jessica Daly. Federal dropship.
Jessica Daly has a bounty.
I think
Doing kill warrant scans.
I sure am. Target a scan. Now let's see if I can stay out of his way.
Target shields offline.
Target power plant.
Lock target. Locking on.
I'm gonna hit that rock. Ugh.
Nicely done.
Thank you. So this is going to turn out to be an interesting evening. We can keep the game running.
Melchior Quartz Bay has a bounty.
Yeah, this Elk Choir's bad. Bad news.
Scan, clear to engage.
Target shields offline.
Target shields.
Scanning now. Target.
Nice.
Haven't played in a while.
Yeah, looks like he's pooping out some mines.
Talking about EN doubles.
Yan Devils is a legitimate target.
Scanned.
Copy.
Target power plant.
Lock target. Your target is locked.
It's kind of nice when they split the aggro between two players.
He doesn't believe it. Two vultures is a nice wing.
You know, I was looking around when I first... Oop, sorry. When I first came in here, and I didn't realize you were flying a vulture. I thought you had something bigger.
See something straight ahead. Fire.
Alright, following you.
Guns. They've stopped.
Alright, so far so good.
Looks like a wing of 3 bad guys.
Alright,
Rich hate is fair
do
game.
you not have a kill warrant scanner?
I got one. I'm scanning.
Okay. I'll try and scan all 3 of them before we engage, if you don't mind.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, got Rich
Polly
scanning.
Ladikainen has a bounty.
I got the Clipper. Is that Anaconda part of him? He's only 1 or 2K away.
Argus Irene is fair game.
Alright, which one you want first?
We should take... Yeah, the Conda's part of it. That, we should take the gunship.
Gunship first.
Targeting power plant.
That Rich Haig.
Correct.
Target shields. Okay.
Lock target. Locking target.
Ready when you are. Target power plant.
Lock target. Locking target.
That'll do. Oh, he's worth. Okay, he was worth a pretty penny. Argus Siriu? Or am I not looking at the right contact? Because I think there was one closer. He's 5K away now.
No, he moved away.
Must not have been the same wing then.
The last guy was alone.
Target shields?
Lock target.
Incoming mission
Target.
critical message.
Need your damn delivery contract.
Closing in on Argon.
He's distracted. Excellent.
Probably gonna get hairy.
That's alright.
Right, ready when you are.
He's got plasmas.
Thermal attack. Gaining
That hurt, I ain't gonna lie. Shield generators at 24%. Target shields are offline. And he'll instantly make a liar out of me. That was cute because the shield generator is at 0%.
I'm gonna lose my shield.
No problem. Bug out if you have to. You look better than me.
I'm gonna try and take out this Cobra.
Copy that. I'm going to stay on the Anaconda. I should be good with reinforcements. Target power plant.
Lock target. Target.
Power to engines and weapons.
Diverting power. to
Balance power
requested
between
system.
engines and weapons.
Loading requested.
Hull is at 80%.
Die, you son of a bitch. This better be worth it. Attack protocol Charlie.
Attack protocol.
Yeah!
Not bad.
Warning. Hull breach attack.
Next hostile.
Taking in
Shoot me down.
Game
Fire
gone
at
is
will.
fair game.
target shield.
Target power plant.
Lock target.
Power to engines and weapons.
Locking on to target.
Come on. Still have no shields. I've been out without shields for almost 2, 3, 4 minutes now.
Oh, you can't escape.
Not with a dead power plant. Power to weapons and engines.
Redistribute.
Oh no. Oh yes. Okay, good. We got him. Yeah, no kidding. Attack protocol Charlie.
I gotta find out where you're streaming.
Attack protocol Charlie.
Sorry, say again.
I gotta find out where you're streaming it so I can watch it later.
Right on. I'll give you a link.
Thanks.
I've got to get my shields back up before we take the next one.
Me too.
Shields online.
Systems are in good shape except for one of my module reinforcement packages. Everything else is above 90%, so we're looking good over here. Just hull damage.
Yeah, I haven't taken any hull damage yet. How long have you been playing this game?
About 3 years now.
Okay, me too.
I've recently had to replace my HOTAS. I have a T16000M flight pack with rudder pedals, and I had to do had to replace the throttle quadrant just a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I have that on my spare computer.
What's on your primary?
X56.
Ah, nice. How do you like it?
It's one of the older ones. I think it's before Logitech started building them, so it's a little rickety. Makes a lot of
Justin
noise.
Baldick has a bounty.
Squeaks a lot. But it's, you know, it mostly works fine. I like the thumbsticks. Great for thrusters. I've been playing a lot of Star Citizen lately.
Nice. How are your axes holding up? I mean, are they noisy or anything, or is everything still clean?
They creak, but they started creaking almost immediately. I think
No,
that's just,
I mean digitally. How the control-wise, your inputs are the inputs noisy, or are they smooth and clean?
they're fine. They're nice and smooth.
That's good. It looks like you got one of the good ones then.
I get ghosting occasionally, but I moved it to separate USB hubs, and it seems to solve it.
Gotcha. Got an Asp Explorer over here that's wanted.
Copy that.
Justin Baldock.
Scanning.
Scanned. Attack Protocol Alpha.
Attack Protocol Alpha.
Trying to stay out of his way.
Target shields offline.
Ow.
This guy's kind of tough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for an Asp Explorer, he is a slippery, illegitimate child.
Great flying, Commander.
No kidding.
Scan detected.
Hey, Psycho, I'm running voice attack as well. You're not hearing all my other stuff when I'm not using push to talk, are you?
No.
Excellent, then it's working as it should.
We got voice attack on just sound activation.
I'd say firm.
Seb Getty's cloned is fair game.
What?
Jagger has a bounty.
Got a DBX at 3.5. I'm actually going the wrong direction. I'd hurt myself if I tried to pronounce his name. Unless you have something else.
I think you lost him.
Yeah, it is a cold ship. Got him. Seb Getty's cloned.
Respectable.
Permachaff. Gotta love it. NPCs in this game cheat.
Frameshift charge.
Oh, no you don't. Power to engines and weapons.
Redistributed.
Gotcha.
Great shot, Commander.
Attack Protocol Alpha.
We got gunfire down in the
Attack
ring.
Protocol Alpha.
Straight down.
Alright, good looking out.
Two spots, looks like.
Turned out to be loads of fun. Alright, who's shooting who down there?
Agent Rafa has a bounty.
Past a bunch of gunships, probably.
Asp Explorer. The Vulture is clean. Looks like the Asp is taking a beating.
Scanning.
Target is scanned.
Target shields offline.
Light him up. And we are cool as a cucumber because of it. Look at that, 2%. He's gonna ignore me as long as I'm roasting him. Meh. Yawn. Alright, what else we got? Got Federal gunship, those two are clean.
Ryan Frost.
Right, Frost. Target Wingman 1's target. Select Wingman 1's target.
Locking
Brian
wingman's
Frost is a
target.
legitimate target.
Yeah, I got a command to pick up your target, but I always have trouble making it work. Both keyboard and voice. I got him.
Copy.
So the game crashes earlier were due to a overclock. I think they were due to an overclock setting. I do have an AMD 3900X, and I have it running about as high as I could get it. Had it running about as high as I could get it at 4250 megahertz, 4.25 gigahertz. And for most things, it stays pretty cool, but
Offline. Scan detected.
seems to be a little unstable at that speed, so I downclocked it with Ryzen Master 50 megahertz. Ouch. And that seems to be doing just fine. Game's holding, streaming, doing everything it should. Not really using a whole lot to stream lag, just a short percentage. We'll look at my stats here in just a second. After this target is dead, because he's harming my friend. Judicious marksmanship is a good idea.
Scan detected. Target shields online.
No, you don't. And round we go. Target shields. He's elite, and that's why he's so difficult.
Offline.
Locking target.
Not only does he have a plasma accelerator, but that thing is modified. How did I do that now? Is that what I did? No, that's 3 to weapons and 1 to... How did I do that? That doesn't help either.
You son of a bitch.
Nice.
I think I might have scraped you there. Sorry about that.
And all that effort for 169.
Yeah, I was messing with power, so I kind of tapered off there in the middle.
they may have buffed some of these bad guys recently.
Oh, they have. The upper dangerous, deadly, and elite ones, they've given him engineering.
Well, that would do it.
Like I said, that plasma accelerator was modified. The normal ones are more purple. Once you get the long range mod to it, they change to a brighter, almost a whiter shade of purple. So he's got one that moves a bit quicker. Got an FAS with a bounty on it. Where's this guy at? He's behind me, of course.
I got him. He's in a wing.
Jagger?
Right.
Target scan. Target power plant.
Lock target. Locking target.
Oh yeah, 4 beams and watch how fast those shields disappear.
Great shot.
See, that's more what I'm used to. Where's his buddy?
Probably chickened out. I don't see any other hostiles on scope here.
Got a Chino talent.
Chino talent is fair game.
Go for it.
Incoming mission critical message. Target shield.
These mines that are popping off over here.
Looks that way. Somebody's been pooping out mines.
You know what? This is my point defense firing. Must be taking out the mines with my point defense cannon. That is cool.
Yep, that is a definitely a benefit. Oops.
Standing by.
See, somebody's looking at me in an elite FAS.
Shalenage is a legitimate target.
And they are wanted. Target shields.
Locking
Ready when you
on.
are.
Target locked.
Throw it! He seems to be as maneuverable as I am. Oh, I was hoping he'd screw up and hit the rock.
So was I.
Sorry about that, man. I'm trying to strafe out of your way.
Getting me.
Yeah, you got one whole ring left. You'll be alright.
I'll lead him away. You take him from behind.
You got him. I think he's focusing on me now.
Alright, I'm coming back.
Now I'm gonna screw up and hit the rock. And my buddy's over there. I can't. Hold still, so you only die tired. Wow. Hold still. Don't make me wipe the butter off of you.
Scan detected. Scan detected.
Might have hit you there.
You're alright.
Scan detected.
Now, before the shields go back up. Thank you. Alright.
Scan detected.
Yeah. That should have been worth more.
Yeah, a lot of them should.
Scan detected.
Pretty sure we're well over 1 million now. Now, with a name like Shrike, this guy's got to be wanted.
Sheik has a bounty.
And he is. Target power plant.
Lock target. Target.
Alright, let's make him like a Christmas tree and light him open. Shike, not Shrike. We got him. Oops. There we are. All right. Now that thing was worth as much as the assault ship was.
Well, because he's elite.
All right, a gunship and 2 dropships, more than likely in a wing. Look like they're attacking a mining vessel. Nope, they're not. They're clean. Well. A nice big juicy snake out there.
Jason Storm is a legitimate target.
Worth 207, that Anaconda. Jason Storm.
Sent you a friend request.
Accepted.
Yes.
I definitely want to see this stream.
Bounty's now 333 after a warrant scan. Target, thrusters.
None wing, which is nice.
Target. Locked.
Alright, you ready?
Roger.
Send it. See if I can disable him this time. I doubt it, but I'll try. Holy crap with the shield cell bank, dude.
Power plant 0.
Roger that. Focusing thrusters. He shouldn't be able to move or shoot anyhow, but we'll do that anyway. Looks to be relatively dead in the water, but his guns are still going. it is. That was easier than it should have been.
Scan detected.
Harrison Birdsey is talking smack.
We got Timothy Bradshaw here. He's deadly.
Okay, there's a gunship.
Scan detected.
I'm getting scanned left and right. Okay, we'll take Timothy then because
Timothy
he's
Bradshaw
bigger.
is a legitimate target.
Scanned.
Scan detected.
He's worth about 102. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Of course, chaff launchers.
Target shields offline.
Not strafing soon enough. There we go.
Target called out.
Got him.
Niacin Redknapp is fair game.
Got that Viper Mark IV right here.
Chris Hagen has a bounty.
An Imperial Clipper. Yeah, I've got a bunch of named targets out there that have scanned the crap out of us.
I don't have any cargo, so they won't come after me.
Same.
Paul Minshall is shooting at you.
Is he?
Yeah. It's part of that way. I think.
Paul Mitchell, you say? Attack Protocol Charlie.
Attack Protocol
Paul
Charlie.
Minchell has a bounty.
Oh, wait.
Sitting there trying to find him on my target list, yawning, going, oh, let me know when they do any real damage. Got the warrant scan. Crap, sorry about that.
It's all good.
No harm done.
Clean.
Okay, that clipper I was eyeballing is less than a kilometer away. It needs Chris Hagen?
We got him.
Target thrusters.
Scanning. Target.
Hold still, you only die tired.
They're missing it.
Sick of these damn countermeasures. God, I hate chaff. It's so inconvenient. You know, for roasting his thruster, it's not doing any damage. Alright, you know what? Let's see if I can get his weapon. No, that ain't doing any damage either. This is why I use missiles.
Still shoots.
Yeah, no, NPCs cheat. They have infinite chat, they don't suffer from heat, they have infinite shield banks, they still don't suffer from heat, and their power plant makes power even when it's dead.
Kaya Stayfern has a bounty.
High S terms.
Yeah, he just made a pass at me. Wow, shields! Oh my god. When did that happen? Alright, I need a recharge before we go back in there. I'm almost out of shields.
I think I'm gonna head back to base and sign off, but send me a link, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. How would you like to receive it?
Are you streaming on YouTube or on Twitch?
I am on Twitch.
I do have a Psycho Toddler Twitch channel, but I never use it. Is Twitch recording or is it just live stream only?
It is live stream, but I do upload the VODs to YouTube, so I do have a channel in both.
I'll send me the YouTube stuff then.
Sure.
I guess you can. I'm on Discord at the Mobius Discord. You can send it to me there.
Right, okay. Let me see if I can find you real quick here. You have the same commander name?
That's correct. How many Psycho Toddlers can there be?
You'd be surprised.
You're right. I think there's one other one, but I'm the one who's on the Mobius PvE.
There's a long list of people on this server.
I'm also in the Facebook group. I don't know.
Is it Psycho Toddler or Commander Psycho Toddler?
Psycho Toddler. There's a picture of a guy in a beard.
There's a Psycho Jester, and a Puma, but not a Psycho Toddler. Are you logged into Discord? Are you offline? Holy crap. Where are you?
Scan detected.
What are you doing? I'm in the Goldwing voice channel on Discord.
Aha.
Hey,
Right, stand by one.
they sound much better. Accept your friend request.
Right, just muting all my voice comms in game. And wow, so much stuff I have open right now, it's not even funny. Okay, accepted, and I will get you a PM with the link.
All right, so as long as you're doing that, you don't have to do it right this second. I'll get it later.
And
send me the YouTube stuff because I don't.
right. I've got that coming just in just a second. Okay, I know all you guys can see is the game right now, so I have my link in my YouTube panel somewhere.
I'm gonna head back to the station.
Pause the music there for a second. Sorry about that. I'm trying to talk to the stream and to you at the same time there, bud.
Got a lot of people watching.
No.
I get surprised when people watch my streams. I go like, who is watching this? I'm
Yeah.
sorry if you're watching.
Well, I'd like to grow the audience a little more, but I'm very selective about the people I have in that audience, so I don't mind if it's a small crowd, but I'd love them to be regulars.
Yeah, I mostly play with my family, so.
Where did I stash that link? Because it's one of those ridiculous links that I got after they started not doing people's names in the link. And evidently, I don't have a YouTube link posted in my channel somewhere. I'm going to have to fix that. I thought I had it.
You don't have a link to the main channel?
That would be... Well, I've got the Twitch channel and it's got a bunch of other stuff, and I've got the... I thought I had a YouTube link on my panel somewhere. I could swear I put it in there. And evidently I don't. I'm going to have to fix that here just right quick, but give me 2 seconds, I'll have you the link. I thought for sure I had that in there. And confirm with all 3 of my devices with this multi-factor authentication gone out of control.
Oh, no kidding.
God, drives me nuts.
I like how multi-factor sends me to the exact same device I'm already using.
That is funny.
Like, text to my phone? Sure. Email to my phone? Yeah, why not?
Well, they send me emails to 2 different emails plus the 2-factor, to let me in, let me know that I've signed in. And for some reason, that did not work when I authenticated it. That's lovely. There we go. My channel. And I believe, I think I'm getting shot at, but that's alright, I'll be alright.
Who would shoot at you? Do you have cargo in your ship or something?
I do not.
So they should be leaving you alone.
Okay, so
Oh yeah, I got
there,
some kind of link just came through to my Discord, yeah.
yeah, you should have 2 of them. One's the Twitch and the other is the
That was YouTube.
YouTube channel. Now, just be advised that that is not the same as my commander name. Everybody that knows me as Scoob, so feel free to call me Scoob.
Okay, Scoob.
And I got the name. It's Scoobulous. I had a friend of mine that I played Star Trek Online with for a long time. I don't play it anymore because I've just, quite frankly, I've gotten burned out on it. But
I have an account.
He casually calls me Scoobulous just to kind of put a spin on the name, you know, how people do. And use that as the Twitch login. So there you have it.
Well, My psycho toddler was inspired by my daughter many years ago.
Uh-huh.
So it was, kind of self-describing her at the time. Or she's like 18 now, but so I've taken on the moniker myself.
So that name's been around for a while then.
Yeah, I had a blog and everything. Any game I play, I just use it because, it's like a stupid name that nobody else wants. Star Citizen, I use it.
Well, that works.
Yeah. You can turn it into 2 different names, too. Psycho's first name and Toddler second name. People call me Mr. Toddler.
Cannot comply.
I think I'm going to head back and collect these bounties before I get my backside shot off.
Scan detected.
Yeah. Have you seen The Mandalorian?
I have not. Not a big Star Wars fan.
You're playing this game and you're not a Star Wars fan?
Pretty much. Well, this game's based in science. That's based in fantasy.
Okay.
I never could get into it. The scene changes, I never could follow the story. I couldn't get it to stick.
Can I take my friend request back?
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said I couldn't follow it.
Incoming mission critical message.
I'm looking forward to it.
These guys, I get the most mission requests when I'm doing a res site. They always throw me delivery contracts and salvage contracts in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Updated. Urgent mission update.
Yeah,
Critical mission update. What mission? I'm just blasting things.
exactly.
On a mission, I wouldn't be out here. I forgot how much fun this game is when you're playing a wing.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, everybody I've shown it to, well, save a few. Everybody I've shown the game to likes to watch, but they play it and then they hate it.
It's a lot of work.
I had a good friend of mine, also a streamer, and he's a great streamer. He streams Star Citizen almost constantly.
Yeah.
And he'd paid the full price for it and never played it. And I tried to get him a couple of times when it was on sale so he'd have a good, $15, $20 investment instead of a $60 investment. And he's got a twin stick setup and all this, and he jumps in and he tries to use the default keybinds.
Uh-huh.
And he's always used the default keybinds for Star Citizen, and that works great for him.
Yeah, Star Citizen's really a first-person shooter. If you understand that, then everything else follows.
Right, but there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff, even in flight though, because I have a copy of that as well. He was kind enough to provide me gift me a copy, and but he tries to jump into Elite and tries to use the default key bindings, and it just didn't work out for him that well. He just got so frustrated with it. I haven't seen him in the game since, but I since did a video on the importance of actually doing your key bindings, and I think the video itself is kind of long. I think I may redo it or add to it in chunks and do different sections of key bindings, but that's the first thing you should do is set it up so it makes sense. Get your flight controls so they make sense.
This guy just got stuck in the mail slot here.
Oh,
Ouch.
I'm almost there. I'm probably not going to get to see it though. Is he getting shot at?
Not yet. It's gonna happen. Where the hell am I going? 21. Lucky 21. Where are you? They are. Yeah, I mean this game is way more like a flight simulator. You really have to know a lot of functions, and it's not something you can play with a keyboard and mouse very well.
Well, you can. I mean, I have to disagree with you there. There's some of the most dangerous players in this game
that's true.
Play with keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, I've tried it and I always die, but that's because I'm just not used to it. Maybe.
Right.
I mean, I can do exploration with a keyboard and mouse,
Mm.
but I can't. If I'm gonna maneuver around a station, I need more control.
Yeah, you need more precision and more feedback and spring on your control surfaces. And that's just one of those things. The people I try to introduce this to, I want to make sure that they have a joystick. And here's another friend of mine that, again, I played Star Trek with him for the longest time. And he's an avid flight sim enthusiast, just like me. Loves Flight Simulator, and I love Flight Simulator. And
DCS.
not DCS. I haven't gotten into that yet. Not combat though, but just the FSX prepared. Tried X-Plane, I couldn't really. That's just a different crowd, I guess.
The new flight simulator is coming out this next year is unbelievable.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah, with the big data and all that stuff. Oh my god! I signed up as an alpha tester.
You should stream that. I would love to see another video on.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be NDA if I get in. You know.
Well, I don't know. Star Citizen's still a beta, and they're letting people stream
Star Citizen also had. I stream Star Citizen, but you know, when you get into the secret stuff like the Evocati, you're not allowed to share any of that stuff. You have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, which I did. But you can share all the stuff that's public. But the stuff for flight sim, these little test groups, I'm pretty sure they're not going to let anybody stream anything on that.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's Microsoft. They're probably going to be real hush-hush about it.
But it looks unbelievable. I mean, I've seen the people who are doing the professional streamers. They invited up to Seattle to look at it. The stuff they've shown is amazing.
Contact. Docking restraints engaged.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I mean, the ESP engine that they've been using all this time, they've taken it to unbelievable leaps and bounds where it is now from what it was. With Orbex does a fan-bloody-tastic job of what they do, but it just sucks the life and memory out of your system to run it. Even a modern computer suffers. And you're still subject, in most cases, to the 32-bit limits, unless you've paid for another sim that's 64-bit and bought all your add-ons again, pretty much, is how they run it. And
you're talking about flight sim FSX you're talking about?
FSX, P3D, and P3D has, it depends on what add-ons you're buying as to whether or not they're going to make you re-buy them with the 32 versus the 64-bit between P3D 3 and P3D 4. Like PMDG, have you ever heard of that publisher?
PMD? I don't think so.
Precision Manuals Development Group. They make the 737 NGX, 747, 777, JS41, DC6, a few others.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You'd probably know it if you saw it, but they're one of the, not the biggest, but they're one of the most coveted aircraft publishers that's in that community, and they are their plane is like the NGX is like $70 for FSX, and then it's like 100 and change for P3D3, and then it goes up to 129 for P3D4. The 747 is $160 or something like that. The 777, again, $90 for the 32-bit, 139 for the 64-bit version of Prepared. It's just insane, and they make you buy it twice. You'll buy that aircraft more than once. If you upgrade your sim, you buy it again. You have to. I mean, when they have a major version revision, they make you buy it. And to be honest, it's a double-edged sword for me. It sucks that you have to keep shelling out that money, right. But on the other hand, it's a niche market, and they deserve to be rewarded for their hard work. And they do some really good work with that aircraft.
Microsoft has not said whether or not this new version is going to be a subscription model, which I'm a little worried about. Since it's online, you have to get anything out of it, you need to be online because it streams the geography. So there is an offline mode where you'll have kind of simplified landscape and stuff, but to get anything out of it, you have to be always online. So there's always servers running, and there's a lot of streaming of data, from Bing. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes, but it looks photorealistic, and everything is there. I mean, you can fly straight to your own house, fly around your neighborhood. You're going to recognize everything. Nothing needs to be built by anybody. It's going to be interesting what all the scenery designers are going to do. Some tweaking here and there, I'm sure, is needed, like to put bridges and roads and so forth, but landing strips. But it's pretty ambitious, And,
Incoming message.
I would like to see that technology used in other games like Elite Dangerous to give us, atmospheric planets where you can land across the planet. And have cities across the planet.
Full
So
repair.
I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of potential there.
There is definitely some things they could bring to Elite Dangerous that they haven't already, that Star Citizen has, and vice versa. Some of the things I've noticed that you can make atmospheric landings, and it's no big deal in Star Citizen, and here that hasn't been brought to bear yet. And on the other hand, we have a landing radar, and in Star Citizen you have to change camera views to look to make sure you're not going to bump yourself on the on some of those docks.
Oh yeah, no, I've because I'm involved in some of the early stuff with Star Citizen, I'm constantly bringing up things that other games like Elite do right, and you really do. Unfortunately, you run into a lot of fanboyism, uh, really in both camps. But like you bring up, well, they do a much better job with situational awareness, with landing, with flight navigation, with almost everything. To be honest, space flight's much better, I think, in Elite.
Oh yeah, you have full control of your ship.
And you bring it up, and they're like, you get shot down real fast with that. But I think more and more people are kind of crossing over, and I think that Elite and Star Citizen are going to kind of come closer together to each other, because I think it's the same players really.
No.
We want that virtual space life.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's got to be this very careful line that doesn't get crossed between the two games, that to make sure that they get that they stay separated.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, if they had space legs and they had atmospheric landing, I probably would never play Star Citizen. So, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's what I started playing it for, and I'm having a blast with it. I'll send you a link to a stream I did with my grandson. He's 3, and it's hysterical. And but he loves it. He gets into it's like a virtual world, and even at his age, he can kind of appreciate the sense of scale and distances, and going from place to place, and understanding what you're doing, who's a good guy, who's a bad guy. There's a lot of that. So
Awesome.
well, it was nice playing with you. I'm gonna sign off.
You as well, and hope to see you again here real soon.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Alrighty, have a good night.
You too.
All right, that was Psycho Toddler in the Mobius PvE group. That is the private group we're streaming in today. Turned in 2.2 million and some change in bounties, and I think for the sake of review and for the sake of returning a phone call that I received from a family member that was calling when I was streaming, I think I'm going to cut this short. And I do have to be up at work fairly early tomorrow, as I do the rest of the week. I'm fortunate enough to be able to be off a little earlier, and I was feeling well enough to try and attempt a stream. So not a particularly long one. I know there's not a lot of people watching, so I know that's probably going to hurt demographics just a bit, but I think I'm going to cut this off a little bit early and see what the VOD looks like. I don't see anybody in chat, and I don't think I see anybody actually in chat. So yeah, I think I'm going to cut this off early and see what the VOD looks like and make a good review with video quality and all that. I don't think I'm losing too many frames. 0.1% maybe, and I'm not in the yellow at all. The stats look good and everything. So yeah, had a blast doing this. I was hoping Jim might join me this evening, but it looks like I think he's having some personal issues that are keeping him away from the game. So anyway, guys, I am going to call it a night. That'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I have been Scoobiless. And as always, when you go out into your corner of the galaxy, don't be a Richard. Be excellent to each other. Help each other out, lift each other up. Do great things. Cooperative gameplay is always good. You make more friends that way than you do get into fights with each other. Play nice. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And if you do, don't name it after me. Y'all have an excellent evening. I'll catch y'all on the flip side.